Okay, why don't we, let me call the special meeting of the Village Affordable Housing Board of February 20th, 2025 to order. Our first issue is the approval of the minutes from January 29th, 2025. Does anybody have any additions, corrections? Any discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes. Second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, hearing none, it passes. Mr. Shepler, Dave, why don't you come on up and join us? Why don't you introduce yourself and we will introduce ourselves.
Okay.
We normally don't have visitors, so we're glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you. And first, my deepest apologies for completely messing up the last one, and I had it on the wrong day, and so I showed up and there was no one here, and you showed up and I wasn't here, so I apologize, and so thank you so much, Nicole, for really making this happen.
Nicole filled us in,
Yeah.
as she always does.
So yes, I'm David Shepler. I live in the village at 18 Cooper Street, which is adjacent to the community center over there. Yeah. And I'm also the sort of the founding partner of that created Zero Place. And Terry, obviously, I know we've talked about this a lot, but I don't think I've met any of you.
Why don't we introduce ourselves?
I know.
So I'm Dylan Moscoso. I think, am I the newest? So I'm the newest member of the Affordable Housing Board. I studied at SUNY New Paltz for 5 years. I did a double major in environmental studies and public relations. And I've been a resident of New Paltz for just about 2 years after graduating. Great, good to meet you.
I have met you before in a group, and I might recommend you, need to remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, John Girolico, I have lived here forever. I came as a freshman to SUNY New Paltz, and like a lot of people wanted to stay and was successful, where a lot of people unfortunately couldn't.
Yeah.
And I was the director of the public library for many,
That's
many
right.
years.
That's right.
Del Ruger, we know each other.
Yes.
Okay.
Very well, and we know each other.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you let us know what you're asking us to
Yeah.
do and proposing or whatever here.
Sure, so there are subsidies that are made available for helping developers sell their properties effectively at a loss with under affordable housing prices. And our attorney has advised, our condominium attorney has advised us. Well, do you want me to give you some background first?
Sure. Yeah.
So we are considering converting the Zero Place apartments into condominiums, or into a condominium. So the present owners, present tenants will have the first opportunity to purchase their units if they wish. And otherwise, there's a process for over time making those units available for those who do wish to purchase them. One of the key pieces of starting a process like that is you have to create a condominium offering plan. And what the offering plan articulates is essentially the governance structure for managing a condominium. It's like creating a mini government, right? Because you have to have an ability for members of the organization, in this case, the condominium, to govern themselves and how they manage the proper, the common elements, how they manage their homes in effect. And one piece of that offering plan is a list of the prices that are set, and all of this is predetermined, drafted, and ultimately approved by the State Attorney General's office in the state of New York. That's the process, and it requires an articulation of the prices. And our lawyer, our condominium attorney, has advised us that if we are going to make ourselves available for these New York State subsidies that exist, the offering plan must state the market value of those units, but you can put an asterisk in there that says, however, these units are designated affordable units. And therefore are subject to the local affordable housing law and thus will comply upon a sale with that law. So there's no impact in terms of the law itself, right? These units will sell at a maximum price of what is allowable under the law. But again, but we want to be able to at least list what they would command if they were market rate units. And so in the memo that I sent the board, I gave an example of how that would look in the offering plan. And it's what's in the box, you all have a copy of it, right? Yeah. And so our attorney looked at it and said, well, the entity that administrates the affordable housing law in New Paltz is the affordable housing, is the Affordable Housing Board. And it appears to him that therefore you would have the authority to provide this essentially this authorization to me to list it as such.
So if you don't get the subsidies,
Yeah,
then what happens?
then we just miss out on subsidies that would have otherwise been available to us. There's no impact on the residents either way.
I mean, it's something, I just, let's say. These current tenants, they can stay until they leave? Or what happens? You're gonna offer them these properties, I get that.
Yeah,
And then if they decide they wanna live there for 10 years. As tenants, can they do that?
no, I'm not an expert on that piece of it. And to be honest, I would rather, if you're curious about how a condominium would be administered.
No,
Yeah,
I just
Yeah.
don't know,
yeah,
we have 4 or 5 affordable tenants in your building right now.
Is it 4 or 5? We have 5. 5.
we have 5.
We have 5.
Okay.
Oh, are you referring to are you referring generally how are tenants managed as you convert to a condo, or are you referring
Yeah.
specifically to the affordable tenants?
Oh, well, the affordable tenants in particular, because that's
Yeah.
what we're doing
Yeah.
here, right? So what happens if those affordable tenants can't buy the condos?
Right.
They
They-
are gonna be moved out at some point.
What we are pursuing is, this is unrelated to the specific request here, but we're going to work really, my partner in this project is, the owner of Affordable Housing Concepts, Keith Leibel. I don't know if you know him. He lives in Garden, and so this is his, affordable housing is his life, right? That's what he's built. He has a network of resources and that he brings to bear to help the folks that he provides affordable housing to help to assist them in all sorts of matters, including purchasing units if they so desire. And as he has explained to me, the affordable housing, the tenants of the affordable housing units will hopefully have access to special financing that will assist them in purchasing them at the lower rate. And so there are a number of other things that we are going to bring to bear to try to assist our tenants whom we have, in some cases have had relationships with for 3 years. And, we feel very, they mean a lot to us. And so we're going to work hard to do what we can to assist them. As to the specific question of how it's managed and how much time they have and so forth, I don't know the answer to that because that's not what I dug into in this case. But if we choose to convert to the condominium, we're going to do so whether we have those subsidies for those units or not, right? That decision is not based on whether we get those subsidies. We hope that like every other developer who builds affordable housing in the state, that we can also have access to that or are not excluded because there is an unforeseen element in our local, municipal law that is kind of unnecessarily prevents us. But whether or not we create a condominium is not going to bear on whether this happens.
And so I'm gonna suggest we speak to our attorney and find out what we can and can't do. If you sell them at the affordable rate.
Yeah.
Let's say you had to sell them at the
Because
affordable
we have no
rate.
choice, but.
That's right. If you do that, will
Which- Okay, yeah. No,
will they get the same privileges as everyone else?
Of course.
I mean, they don't right now.
What do
The
you mean?
tenants do not get the same privileges right now.
That's not true. Why do you say that?
the affordable tenants have to pay extra to visit the roof.
The amenities on
No,
site.
they don't pay extra. They are just not mandated to pay like all the other tenants.
Semantics thing. Okay, we'll let that go.
No, okay, I mean, that's an important difference.
It is.
We
We made it very clear that it's
Yeah.
an important difference.
Yeah. I mean, we put a specific fee in the market rate units. That they have no choice but to accept in order for them to use all of the amenities of the building.
And so would that be the same case if you sold those units? In other words, I mean, we're concerned about the affordable
Yeah,
tenants.
sure.
That's the only concern we
Yeah.
have there.
Yeah.
And I imagine, could be wrong, that it's
Yeah.
highly unlikely that they're gonna be able to afford to buy. I have a feeling. So you might have different people that can afford to go in there.
Mhm.
Mostly, I mean, we have people that their income almost can't afford the affordable rates, right? So, and their assets are
Sure.
nothing. So the current tenants you have, I can't even imagine any of those tenants will be able to afford the affordable rate,
Yeah.
but there might be people who can afford that rate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to share I don't think it bears on the specifics of this, but if you're curious, I'm happy to share with you the details of the programs that we intend to bring to help these tenants seek the financing that they would need to do this. And it's specific, these programs are specifically intended to arm folks who are in this kind of situation. It's a real program. I just don't have the details of maybe because it's my partner's.
And I think that would be.
That'd be
good.
Yeah, I
good.
think we all would like to see
Sure.
details of that.
Yeah,
Just
I'm done.
continuation of
sure.
what you just discussed.
Yeah.
If the 5 apartments cannot be purchased by our current tenants, who has the next dibs on that? Would it be anybody from the general public, or would they have to also
Yeah.
have limitations on income and so on?
Oh,
Like
Under your-
other people on
under
our
your
list,
law.
yeah.
All the
Under
buyers,
your law.
all the buyers come through.
they do.
Do we have a separate list for ownership versus rentals?
We will have to. start a
Well,
second
There's,
list.
there is something in the qualifications for.
We just
that
haven't
we
utilized
have-
it yet.
No, this is the first
Not
time.
since I'm here.
If this happens, this would be the first time we have to. Yeah, all the buyers would come through. In the same priority order, and they can't pick and choose. They can only accept. The people we send them are the only people they can accept.
So the only thing I have to say on this is if this is where you're going with the affordable units. Like for some type of sign off, I mean, we would definitely want to see the process in which if they're not looking for ownership or they can't handle that type of financial responsibility. What are you going to do to help them? And we would probably want something in writing because you're a private entity, just to ensure that when these people hit 5 years or whenever that deadline is, they're not gonna be thrown out on the street. Because it's very likely they cannot find a unit at that same rate they were paying. And we want to ensure that the people who have affordable housing don't go back all the way to the beginning of the line. So that's the only thing I'd like to say about
Yeah.
that, but
Sure.
Yeah, even at our last meeting, that was our concern. What happens to those people if they can't purchase it? Where do they go?
Right.
What can we do? And also I asked at that time, our last meeting, has this ever happened before? I'd be interested in seeing if it happened in another community, anywhere in New York State, I don't care where, it doesn't have to be Hudson Valley, what happened and
Sure,
how was it handled?
yeah, I mean, I don't have the answer.
Yeah, and I don't think we
I
do.
mean, and,
At this
and,
point,
and what we know is that no one under this law has gone through that, right?
Oh,
So-
our own new vote, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, and my understanding is the affordable housing laws that exist in various places, perhaps we could find a place that is as close to an analog to
Right.
what's here as possible, I don't know. But anyway, I'll find out and
Great.
to the extent that I can.
The only other consideration is, we have, is it 4 current developments kind of in the works? There's the 2 on 32 and then the 2 south. I mean, if this is something we would agree with, would be setting precedent. If any of those apartments down the line would like to convert to condominiums, it would be at a larger scale of the amount of units we would lose, and those would be units that would be going to people
Right.
who have more access to capital and financial resources. So that's not saying this is a bad thing, it's just something I want to consider as well,
Right.
as if we do this, would be the first time.
Yeah, just understand, I'm not asking for the board's permission to convert.
No,
We have under law the ability to do so. So, you know. Look, I'm happy to answer these things. I want to work with the board, and more importantly, I want to work with my tenants. If you don't believe I have a personal relationship with these tenants, then, I don't know what to tell you. But I feel very committed to them personally. This has been my baby since 2015 when I started this, right? And so I care a lot about these people. And so I'm gonna do everything, under the sun to make sure, to help them. Cause I'm not just some guy out there developing things. This is the only building I've ever developed. I don't do this for a living. I'm a community member. I live among these people, and I've been saying this from the beginning, right? And so anyway, enough said on that. I'll get you everything I can on that. And but I also have to say, like, I can't wait very long for this. So if this is going to be a lengthy process for you guys to give me this authorization to do it, I'm just gonna stop. Because I have to get the offering plan in within weeks. So if we can't list them that way, we just won't list them that way. We'll just list them the way they are, and we'll have to not have the subsidies, and we'll just take the blow. I'm hoping that you guys understand how important this building has been for our community, and how much we are breaking new ground by being the first through all of these processes, and that you'll, work with me here to try to help me out. If you don't think that you can do that in a timely manner, then we'll just move on. That's fine. But I'm hoping that you can be reasonable with me.
And we hope that you can understand how important those 5 units are to us.
Yep.
That basically almost tripled the number of affordable units we have in the village. So if we're fighting hard for those 5 units, please don't take that against us.
Yeah.
But we might fight hard for them. If they mean that much to you, and I believe they do, why don't you set the purchase price at the price they can afford at their current rents? Could you commit to that?
What does that mean?
so
That
there's
means-
hold on to the
That
agreements.
means the 5 people who are there now paying you monthly rent.
Mhm.
You set the purchase price for that unit at a price they can afford at their current rents.
What does that mean? I thought the numbers you gave me were the affordable prices.
So it's the max, David.
Oh.
That's not the minimum, that's the maximum. As I tried when you opened the building, please don't charge the maximum rents. But you did. You didn't have to, but you did. You don't have to charge the maximum sales price. You can set it at a price.
What do you think that price is?
I don't know, you do the numbers, Dave. I don't know what they're paying you in rent. I have no idea.
No, but how do you translate rent
I can tell
into?
you.
Yeah. go ahead.
Into a
The
purchase
bank can
price?
tell you.
Yeah.
The bank can look this person say, I pay this much rent. How much can I afford purchasing a house when the HOA fees are this and the mortgage is going to be this? How much can I afford to pay for that unit? And the bank will tell you.
The bank will tell you, any bank will
Yeah.
tell you.
This also doesn't seem like a quick sign off of things. I mean, we'll have to. We would have to establish affordable ownership, which is something we don't currently.
No, but there's a formula.
There is a formula, but it's not something that we've been utilizing to this point. So it's not something we would just be able to sign off on, like. Would there be additional steps or could we just give the agreement?
Is it Repco that you're gonna be
Sure.
working with or no? You don't know?
No, it's not Repco, it's,
Okay,
what do you mean, working with?
I
in
mean,
what
I
sense?
sold houses through
Yeah.
Repco
Yeah.
for people that make 40, 50,000 dollars a year, and they help
Yeah,
subsidize
yeah.
and give
Oh, you
some.
mean who's going to provide the subsidies? that-
Yes.
Yeah,
Do you know?
I wish that I brought Keith to this meeting because he does that for a living. I know that he's worked with Repco a lot, and, but I don't know the answer to that. I have to just get the answers from him and send them to you.
So
We have to talk. I think
Let
we
me
should,
ask- let
we
me
should have
ask-
a meeting with the lawyer. I was suggesting. I don't know what you think.
Well, let me ask a few more questions.
Yeah.
So you're going to establish owner occupied condominiums for the residential units. What are you gonna do with the commercial space in the
We're
building?
retaining those.
So that you're gonna retain.
Yeah.
Could you retain those 5 units as rentals? Could you just simply leave the 5 affordable units as rentals?
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I would
I don't know
implore
if
you to do so, because in my opinion, what the village of New Paltz needs are affordable rental units, more than we need affordable owner occupied units.
Mhm.
And the reason I say that is the rental units will churn over, people's lives will change. The income can rise, things can happen, and it gives more opportunity for people to have an affordable unit in a place that has so few.
Yeah.
It would be, from my perspective, the best thing that you could do, from my perspective, is leave those 5 as rental affordable units. Condominium the rest of the building as you see fit. But that would be ideal. So if you could,
It's interesting that, you know how there's this, part of the affordable housing law. Speaks to trying to keep a veil on what are the affordable units and are not, like, it's not publicly known. I mean, maybe tenants figure this out themselves some way, but we don't, there's no scarlet letter over these units. It's interesting, if you get to a place where you're treating them differently, does that sort of break that principle down? Anyway, just a,
So I do want to say that.
well, even if it does, I would be willing to go to the village board, have the law changed. I would do
Yeah.
anything to maintain those as rental
Yeah.
units.
I just have to say that the people that can't use the gym because they can't afford it feel different. I know some of your affordable housing units. And I'll tell you that they feel different. They're not gonna complain because they're thrilled to be there, right? They're thrilled to be there and they were handed something that they could not normally afford. But I can tell you that they feel different. You know, because if they can't afford more rent, they can't afford the gym, or they can't afford the roof, or whatever those things are. I feel like that was something that could have been minimal to you because these people don't use it anyway. And we sent 2 letters and we got responses from Keith about it.
Mm.
And, I don't think it's sit well with anyone on the board here
Mm.
and those people that are there. So, anyway,
thank you for sharing that with me. I don't think you and I have ever spoken about that. I was not aware of your communication with you. on that matter.
so anyway, but whether, I think we just have to talk to our lawyer, and if we want to, go for that, then figure out how to word that agreement, right?
Yeah.
So,
But
Look,
let me
I-
make sure I understand what you need. What you need from us is an authority to put what someone considers to be a market rate on those 5 units in an offering statement
Right,
with an asterisk that says, this is not the market rate. This is governed by the affordable housing.
but these are not available to be sold, it's the language I put there.
Okay, I got it.
You know, not available to be sold at the market rate. But,
And just not for nothing.
Yeah.
Let's make
But-
it clear.
clearly,
Yeah.
the market rate of those units is the number we give you. It's not something pulled out of the air by a real estate agent. Those are the market rates. We give them to you.
Yeah.
Now, we can argue this all day long, Dave.
No, but what-
You're gonna do what you want to do. I'm just telling you, put that in the back of your head. You can put $150,000 on those units. But if the number that will never be the number unless we calculate.
I've made that very clear, right? That we're selling them for this. What I'm saying,
Then put
you
it
can
in-
call it whatever you
Then put
want.
it in the offering statement.
I mean, then you're just saying no, that's fine. If that's the answer, then just say no.
No, I think
Well,
we,
why do you think we have to put basically a fake number in an offering
It's
statement?
not a fake number. It's saying if these were not affordable units,
Yeah,
right? They could sell or they would be offered to the world at this rate. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, I know that's what you're saying.
I use the term market rate, but what I really mean is the price that I would ask for them if I were allowing them, if they were not subject to the affordable housing law and they could be sold just like all the other units,
Yeah,
right? That is what the price of them would be. And then when an asterisk next to them saying, however, these are subject to the affordable housing law and therefore we will not sell them for that amount.
Okay.
And that allows us to, according to our attorney, that allows us to qualify for some, to at least apply for some subsidies that will help us. That's all it's doing. It doesn't affect anything with regards to your tenants.
I speak, are you done?
yeah, go ahead.
I'm not opposed to your proposal. I just think we need to speak to, me personally.
Yeah, absolutely, but it has to do with the wording of the board and the acts. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, I completely understand that at the end of the day, it's the attorney who has to make sure that you guys truly are authorized to do this. I'm not,
Not
of course I
authorized
don't
to do
question.
it and are, guaranteeing that we're working the best interest of those
Yeah.
tenants, or now tenants.
Right.
And what we can and can't
Right,
do.
right.
So I think
Yeah.
we have to do that and I think we should have a special meeting with the
Well-
attorney.
Well, I think you need to make the decision. You and your partners need to make a decision whether you're going to condominium those units.
Sounds like they already made.
I've asked you not to do it.
Well, if we were not going to condominium, then again, I should just walk out because then you're not, then this is irrelevant.
It would be irrelevant
Right.
if you're not going to change those units. If you're going to leave them as
Right, and
rentals.
what I'm asking right now is that you authorize this. That's what I'm asking for. I'm not making any agreement to take them off the board. You know, I will look at that as a possibility. But what you're just asking me to do is to render this irrelevant.
Correct.
Right.
I did.
And I'm not willing to tell you right now, without talking to my partners, yes,
I'm
that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, no, I'm not asking you to do it right now. I just made this request to you.
Yep.
And I did it because some of the building will still be under your management, your control. You're not going to condominium the retail space. So you're going to have some kind of management there anyway. It wouldn't be, is it a leap, I guess, to say, okay, we're going to manage, my partners are
Well,
going to
you're
manage
making-
the retail space and 5 units.
I will
That's
look
all
at
I'm
it,
asking.
Terry, you're making a lot of assumptions about the nature of our business and how we intend to operate.
And that's fine.
And, you know, I don't even know, anyway. That's fine. I will definitely look at that.
But
and-
remember-
And consider it, but.
I can only ask.
What I'm asking of this board right now, the only thing I'm asking is to authorize us to list this a certain way in a offering.
All right.
That's it.
And I think what we're saying is we're gonna have a conversation with our attorney as to our authority to do this. We don't know where that came from. Our authority to do it. And then we'll make the decision whether we do or we don't.
Sounds good. And unrelated to that particular question, I will do my homework to get you guys some information on some of this, the process involved, so that you can better understand what this might look like, or like, that's a completely fair ask, but I consider that orthogonal or independent of this particular request. And because I'd like to provide that to you, regardless of this, right?
And that's fine.
And so so just to repeat, I will, get information on the kinds of programs we're going to seek if we do sell them and we want to help the existing, affordable tenants purchase them. I'll get you information on what it looks like to make the transition for tenants. And perhaps I'll look at this notion of what a current rent rate translates to in terms of a purchase price. Don't know what that means, but I'll look. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I was just looking at it from our last meeting when this first came up. And one of my questions then, whenever that was, a month ago or something, was if we needed more time to decide whatever we're gonna do with the 5.
Yeah.
For the 40, I forget how many other regular ones,
Yeah.
or could that go ahead? Leaving it.
No,
they
the whole
can't.
offering plan covers the
All of
entire
them.
building. There's no partial offering.
Okay.
And so,
I think we can try and work
Yeah.
on getting an appointment with the attorney in a reasonable time.
Thanks.
And then we'll talk amongst ourselves what. And if we have any other ideas, maybe we'll forward them to you through Nicole. And you'll bring our ideas to your partners.
Yep.
Also, see how that goes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, again, thank you again for making this happen and
Thank you for
ignoring my delinquency.
No problem.
When's our next meeting?
April.
It's at the bottom of the agenda there.
Oh.
Sorry.
22nd.
Yeah, 22nd. It's on your last email, I write down my paper calendar, because I gave up on my phone. I wrote, this is our next meeting. And we have 4 applications?
So,
Hold on, let's go into,
yeah,
do I hear a motion to go into executive session?
Yes.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, hearing none. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, Section 105 of the New York State Public Officers Law, Article 7, an executive session for the purpose of discussion and review of the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or person who submitted an application to the Village of New Paltz pursuant to Chapter 132 of the Village Code. We are now in executive session. Meeting, he probably Zoom,
I mean, I think most likely Zoom, you've spoken to him a few times already.
I have.
I would say probably Zoom. That's what I'm thinking, because
Okay.
you've already gone over stuff with him, or you could send him an email. I mean,
Well,
that's-
here's the thing. I think we need, one reason we can go into executive session, I think, is to discuss with our attorney.
Yes.
No. Well, I will leave it up to him. He can tell me whether we can go into executive session. I don't think we can. Because there's nothing privileged here. You can go in to discuss litigation or things like that, but nobody assumes. He's here to give us some advice. So I will talk to him.
But
See
I'd
what he
like,
thinks is the
I would
best way
rather
to
not
do it.
do it via email. I think.
Well, no, only reason I say it is because you've spoken to him already about this. So I thought like if you guys had questions to get to him, and then he'd be prepared if he did a Zoom,
Yeah.
something like that, only because I don't
Okay.
know how much, experience he has in.
Yeah. So we should probably give them the questions.
All right, well,
before.
why
Yeah,
why
to
don't
see if
you
he's like, you
folks-
know what,
why
like,
don't you pass your questions to me?
Sounds good.
Then I'll give him a call, tell him these are our questions. How do you think we should handle this?
Can we discuss it a little bit now, though?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
I say, I hate Zoom.
I actually have to head over to the town hall to get interviewed, so I will see you guys in,
what are you getting into?
Okay.
yeah, a position or two.
good luck.
Thank you. Good luck.
This is great seeing everyone.
Yeah, good to see you.
I will see you soon.
All right.
So I think we should just talk about what we are asking of him, we had different ideas for him.
Mm.
And what he's asking for. And what we think we will be allowed to do. Like you had an interest, I thought your question was really interesting, like. Leave them. Because you are already keeping the
Yeah.
commercial units,
Yeah.
so that was one thing. The other thing. Is I would like to know. There is gonna be a max that he can charge, actually charge, how do we find that out?
It's in the law.
Yeah, I think I'd love to find out what the max he can charge for those affordable units are.
Okay,
And is he dictated to have X one bedrooms or, let me just ask this, I don't know how to ask this. The units that he has now are affordable, are they the units that will always stay affordable?
yes,
The same units, the same ones?
yes.
So whatever those configurations are, one bedroom or two bedroom. What is the maximum he can charge for those? And that, I would like to know that, I mean, that's really,
You
purchase.
keep talking, and I think I can do this for you.
I would love that.
Well, yes, we should know that, but the interesting thing was. Say that none of the five can afford them, even with the help we could get them. And Terry said, but after that, if they can't. They're gonna have to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Unless they stay as rentals, that was a new idea, But we supply a list of potential people who can buy them.
Yeah.
You can't just take anybody that wants to pay. That was interesting.
I think that's really interesting because we don't get buyers do people call you and say we wanna buy something?
Yeah, so that's a whole
So
new
it's a whole new,
concept,
yeah,
and we start with our list.
yeah, do you just go,
And if none of them can, or maybe one can, and then what?
or do you just ask the people, like, you're next in line, we don't have a rental, but we do have a.
Well, let's find out what, I would love to
Do we
know.
have the income guidelines here? Didn't somebody
Uh,
ask for that?
I-
Don't,
no, they should be right here.
I thought,
Here it is.
all right,
Oh, wait, you mean this?
the family income guidelines, yeah, the family income guidelines.
Cause that would be interesting to me.
So these are twenty
to see if
24s,
any of
right?
these
Yeah,
people
all right, they're two times
Able
these
to
numbers. They're two times those,
is what the units would go for.
that's correct.
Ooh.
For
So one would go for
eligible for a
96.
moderate income family, for the maximum size family eligible for such units. So for instance, hold on, a one bedroom unit, you can put two people in there. Right,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
So the maximum price of a one bedroom unit is $106,000. And I'm gonna guess the maximum for it is, if, for a two bedroom unit, because we have a couple of twos.
Mhm.
It's 4 people.
No, you can put five in it. I think you can put five in it too. I think so.
Put 3 in the bedroom?
I don't know. Let me look.
So the
Number of
price-
bedrooms, what is it?
Hmm.
Three?
But they have to be able to,
Huh,
but they're gonna be in.
you can put
Right, so those are what.
two
but I think
bedrooms.
it's a good
Oh, they're
idea
two
to
bedrooms.
say,
So the maximum is
this is
four
how you
people.
Figure out what someone
Yeah.
can afford, you go to the bank. And this is what, this is what an HOA fee is, this is what they currently pay for rent. So what could they, I felt like that was, but I don't know, because they're wanting to, make.
No, but they don't care, right? Because what they're asking us to do is, let's say they sell them for 250,000. And the maximum that person can spend is 106. They're looking to get a subsidy for the
subsidy.
difference, so it's not costing them anything.
Right, that's the whole purpose
Of him
this.
asking us.
Yes.
right.
So,
That's what it's all about.
that's what they're asking us to
Yes.
do. And if they do it anyway.
Yeah.
And they don't get that subsidy, it'll
They
just
can't.
drive up the other units. But they have the fires for the other units. I've only been in one of the apartments, one of the, and it was an affordable unit.
I was in just a general market and,
Okay,
So I
are
don't
they
know.
nice?
I mean, they're nice, they're
They're not
nice,
that big
but
though.
they're not that big. Like, I just feel like, I
It's
mean,
not
for
like a
me,
spacious unit.
yeah, not, and you are still, you're in a hallway with many other units. I mean, there's quite a bit, so
It's very much,
very much. an
always,
Yeah.
I've been in a couple of units.
This is gonna
Some are
sell to
quite
people
small.
from Brooklyn.
And I was in one that was
You know,
pretty good.
it's
That's why I
not-
kept saying
Yeah,
our list as opposed to the general list.
I think our apartment in the Ridge is maybe 1,000 square feet.
Mhm.
And I think the one I was in there didn't feel like 1,000 to me.
Mhm. No, I don't think it
The
is.
one that I was in
A
was
two-bedroom or
really
one
small.
bedroom?
One was a 2-bedroom
Mhm.
and one was really small.
Mhm.
I mean, really small.
But
But, okay, so the price would be 106,000 or 134,000. That would be the maximum.
it's not bad, except for the HOA
For a
fees.
new
So,
phone,
yeah.
However, yeah,
except for the.
And
and they,
fees-
they
and
would
these-
charge the max.
and let's be honest, without disclosing it, the people who live there cannot afford it.
Yeah.
They will not get a mortgage, because they're not
Well,
gonna
he
get,
said that they would arrange, see, the thing, here's a, right, our $20,000 a year. People are not gonna be able to afford that, they're not gonna even get. But if
well, I don't know how much assistance Rupco can give to people.
But
mean,
it
can
sounded
they-
like it was
can they-
other programs, not
Right.
until you know what those programs
Right.
are.
Yeah, I mean,
He seemed to not be aware of Rupco, so,
I sold a house to someone, it was a house I owned. Through a realtor who was representing someone who was going through Rupco. That person made $60,000 a year and bought a house for 210,000, and Rupco contributed quite a lot of money. They gave them $20,000 to fix it up. They paid their closing costs, they got them like a 2% mortgage.
what about a down payment? Did they?
They, I don't think they had to put down a down payment,
Okay,
no down payment. It was like amazing to me. I thought it was incredible.
that's great.
But on the other hand, she did make 60-something thousand, and
our people don't even vote.
that's right. That's what I'm saying. So even though it was good,
Right,
it's not for our people.
yeah, and I don't know what programs you mentioned, I don't,
Like a $100,000 mortgage, for example. You could only be paying 600 or 700 a month if you have a 30-year mortgage. And then if you have $300 or $400 fees on top of that. It's at that, so it might be affordable, but I don't know if they'll get a mortgage.
right,
Not through, I don't think through a normal bank, but maybe Rupco does have lending institutions that'll help them. I don't know. I mean, a 2% mortgage was not a conventional, well, it could have been.
Yeah, it was,
It was years ago. Yeah, the interest rates are low, but,
I don't know, I
well, I
mean,
don't know.
I like the idea of being able to help people buy a house that can't buy something that can't normally afford it. But I don't know what the fun is of owning a place there.
Well,
And and what happens when they want to sell that unit? What happens, do you know, is there a rule about that?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Once again, it has to go back through this whole process. It comes back to us and we basically send them people who can buy it.
That was.
No, but the owners, like the people who
Yeah.
bought it,
Same thing.
they
have to
own
come back.
it, they have to sell it at an affordable rate?
Yep, yep, in perpetuity.
huh, oh, boy.
It is, because I was gonna ask, if they were sold, do we lose that one? But we don't.
No, you don't. You don't.
Hmm.
Well, because the purchase, the income that's gonna rise, hopefully keep rising a little bit in Hudson Valley, so the maximum sales price will go up over time.
Mhm,
So they will be gaining a little bit of equity
mhm.
over time.
But I see no point in them owning it, if they can't really build equity in the way they want, unless it actually costs them less than renting, which sounds like it might. Depends what the HOA is. Excuse me, what the HOA is.
Yeah, that's always whenever someone's going to,
HOA is in this town.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay?
so we're gonna try and meet with
Well-
Will Frank.
Will
He's gonna send me your questions.
yeah,
I'm gonna share the questions with him, and then he will tell me the best way for all of us, you know, to do this.
Okay,
and if he wants to have a Zoom, he could,
That's fine.
or if he feels like it should be asked to somebody else.
And we could zoom him into here. We can come here and put him
Yeah,
on.
that would be better.
We could put him.
Somewhere in my house, when I was retiring, I took that little camera and just, I don't ever want to do zooming.
Yeah. No, we do it at the point where they.
Yeah, I
They
mean, I
just
could
show up
just
here.
have it, yeah, I mean, that's fine.
We can have
I
him
don't
show.
actually have any more questions. I think I
Yeah.
just want it explained to me how we can guarantee
Yeah,
that it's gonna be sold at an affordable rate. How do we guarantee that?
Well, the
I
law
mean, what he
guarantees that.
said,
No, the law guarantees that. So in other words. It's almost as if when they put these things up for sale. Well, he might have, maybe Will can help us with this, but basically, we would have to approve the listing.
I just wanna know how that wording is gonna go, because they're giving an offering plan to whoever they have to give the offering plan to at the full market rate.
Which is.
And what if they don't get the subsidies? They said they're gonna honor it, but we approved them listing it at the, well, I don't care how many asterisks it has. We're approving them listing it at the full market rate, and that's what I wanna know, where is our guarantee? Where's our guarantee that it's gonna be so, he's not gonna keep them as rentals, I wish, but he's not gonna do that.
And he's also not gonna offer them at a sales price that people can afford. He's not gonna-
You mean,
He's just gonna go to the max. He's just gonna offer them at the max we give him. We're gonna tell him this is your number, that's all you can put in it. And that's
I
it.
don't feel like this is a great deal for an owner. I mean, of an affordable unit. Why would they wanna buy it? Even if they could have barely afford it. You know, it's not that they're gonna have much growth. You know, they're gonna put maybe a little money into it, do some special little things to it. Then what? They don't get any money when they sell it.
But now that I asked, we keep some kind of control
Oh, yeah.
forever. From whom though? Them keeping part of the building is one set of people. Or the new association that all those owners, which one is now responsible to us? There's
The owner
there's
of
two.
You know,
Yeah,
that,
but what,
that's a good question here. I
yeah,
mean, one of the things, there's a deed restriction, there's a deed restriction filed with the county that says these things have to be affordable. So you can't get clear title to the property. If you violate any covenant or deed like that.
but who do we go after then? The new association or
I
the
don't
people
know.
who are keeping partial
You'd have to
ownership?
ask Will.
Right? That's
how
what
to do
that goes through my mind.
How do you, how is that covenant enforced?
Yeah,
Somebody buys it, yeah, and they live there for 10 years, is there anybody sell it? And they just sell it to their cousin. Then what? Especially if the person, as they keep saying in this market, loan cash, just never cash. It isn't crooked. We'd never.
That's totally true.
No,
Yeah,
because
we
they don't.
were thinking that way.
No, you don't have to, you don't have to, what do they call them? Quick claim deeds or something like that, they're fake deeds. Cause I'll be honest, I had some experience with this in Syracuse, there were many units. That the city renovated. And the people had to live there for 5 years. Or they had to pay the loan back. that we use to renovate the house. Well, those houses turned over continue. And we never knew a thing about it. You never knew. Cause they would just come up with these. They quit claim deeds or something. Had these-
I remember, I think you're right.
And that's why I mean. I talk about the churning of the market, you know, these rent, I know our units have never turned over, I don't think. The 2 units we have at the Ridge,
No.
I don't think they've ever turned over.
You're
But in
going- you're going
time,
to have one.
They will turn
Oh,
over,
okay.
they definitely will turn over, and that gives people another shot at it. But you buy a home, hopefully you're gonna stay there for a while, because that's the only way you're gonna get your money back out of it.
But I never thought about what you were saying, like someone could get this at an affordable rate.
Yeah.
Sell it in 3 years, someone gives them 20 grand under the table, and then they sell it at the correct rate. And they can make a quick buck.
Especially if it's all cash, no one knows about it.
And are we gonna be checking up on this? No, we're not gonna be checking up to see how many times it's sold, are we?
Well, this is the whole
We,
thing
I
about
don't
filing
mean
the
we,
deeds with
Adele,
the
I mean
county.
we, whoever's gonna be sitting here for
Right,
5 years.
I mean, this is
Right.
where the deeds are filed, you know, if somebody does a title search. And somebody files a deed, then there are some controls here,
Yeah,
but that doesn't happen in real estate. It just churns, it flips, they don't call them flips for nothing.
it's very disappointing, right? Why is he making them go condos? Is he not earning money, like renting them? I don't know,
Well,
I don't understand.
I think
I'm sure, look, this
it's
cost
not
them a
unusual for
fortune.
developers to do that.
Yes,
You know, to
I
build a
agree.
building, get it
Yes.
leased up and then sell it,
Yes. Yes,
in this case. And you know what?
yes.
My gut feeling is, these condos are gonna sell in a heartbeat here.
But not to locals.
Yeah, I know locals that are already lining up, saying, I'll buy them, I'll do it,
If they sell them for 300,000 for a 2-bedroom, will they do it?
I don't know,
It's a little.
we don't know what his
two-bedroom.
price is, we have no idea what his
For
price is.
that money, I'd be like, look at something else.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's just me.
Well, we don't know what he's gonna put the price. The price is gonna be what the market bears, I mean, he can put any price he wants on it.
And yet I know. Trying to think, 4 right now, homeowners who are just waiting, this, we don't wanna leave New Paltz, we wanna buy a condo because we don't wanna maintain our house.
Yeah.
I
anymore.
just don't
Yeah.
think this is what people have in
But
mind.
like
that
you're saying,
lives
it's
here
not-
right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
You know, the Ridge is a little bit different.
Sure, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
A lot of those people have a little back, some of
Yeah.
them don't. But it's more of a garden apartment type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. I mean, the place is nice, the zero place at zero. It's nice, it's clean, new. You don't have utility costs, all those things are nice. But I don't feel that that's what people moving to New Paltz are looking to get.
well,
I would love to see, I
Let's
mean,
find out.
what condos do we have? What's that place on
We-
Thread Street?
Got the ones off Henry W.
Right.
That's the one, Briar.
The bit, it's opposite the rental ones
Yeah,
are
Briar.
nice, but,
Briar.
and we have the ones on 32 North. That are by where the town hall used to sit.
Oh, and those
Those are condos now.
My son has.
Then
one.
we
His
have-
father lives in-
What?
My son has a condo there
Okay.
and his
I
father.
was down on the Huguenot.
And then Huguenot Street is the other condos,
More.
and I think
The
that's
Village
it.
Village Arms,
around.
Village Arms were
Village Arms.
apartments and now
Right,
they're condos.
yeah, that's right, Village Arms is the old way.
And, but those 2 bedrooms, I think are going for 200.
Yeah,
And they're older and there are utility costs. But I don't think he's gonna sell them for 200. I think he's gonna want more, but
Oh,
I
he's gonna
don't
ask for a lot.
know. I don't really know. I don't know.
the
I mean,
condominiums
look,
he's
let
proposing up
him.
on Cooper Street are 750,000.
Are they condos?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Where?
Not-
Oh, they're not built yet though,
Not
right?
built yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that was supposed to be
750,000.
a housing unit,
How many is he building?
6.
6. Oh, those are
And
side by
he'll be-
side ones?
Yeah. Yeah, and now he hasn't had any luck, you know, he's had real estate people up there, you know, trying to sell them, now he's trying to
Are
sell.
they
the
built yet?
project. No,
They're not built yet.
No,
No.
now he's offering the whole project for $1 million right now,
Really?
just the way it is. And
Unbuilt.
unbuilt, there's a little bit of infrastructure. Well, the roads are in, the sewers are in.
Right.
Mhm.
Cause that was all part of
Well,
Richie Steffen's huge thing that he built the ones on Bontecoon View Drive and all that. I have two friends that own those houses. And then he stopped, and then part of it became that park,
Mhm.
the one along the tributary there.
Mhm.
Because originally houses were gonna go in there, and then I always said the wealthy people who lived right where he lives. That are pretty much like Zero Place, all green.
It's the same partner he has at Zero, but one of the partners, there are 3 partners, I think, this one.
Yeah.
Look, that took a long time, Zero Place, and it was challenging, I know it was challenging, I imagine it was challenging for the builders, because they had to stop for a while and start again. So. I don't know, I just feel like when we're selling small 2-bedroom units for a lot of money.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Ah.
Thank you very much all for coming.
So
Send me your,
report.
yeah,